Hello and welcome back to the SerriGaming channel. I'm here today with a special guest. Hello, Leaf. Hello.
Hello, how are we all doing? I hope we're Antwerp ready to seize the day. I don't know, I'm sick. I can't come up with my good puns anymore.
Don't worry. Um, so I've been working on this for a very long time. Um, and it's still like very rough around the edges, as you can see. Uh, there's a lot of missing rockwork and stuff, but I wanted to do that in the next episode, for the next habitat
hmm
because it makes more sense. But yeah, today we are looking at the aquarium and at the reptile house, which sits on top of it. Now, first
I
question, Leaf.
yes,
When do you think this building was made?
like the actual reptile house.
Yeah,
I
the
I feel I feel like this is going to be a trick question. I'm going to say around like within the span of 80 years from like where we are.
ooh, yeah, close, close, but this is actually something that was built in 1910. So
Okay.
over
All
a hundred
right. I
years
was a
ago.
little bit off.
But yeah, they had plans for an aquarium and a reptile house as early as the 1870s, but
Wow.
well, money was a big issue and they never got to it. But then around 1905, Belgium was doing great in terms of economy, so was Antwerp, so the zoo decided to just go ahead with it. And it was around the same time of a World's Fair in Brussels in 1910, and they just wanted to get something new in the zoo that would attract more visitors.
Perfect timing.
But yeah, you can see that
I always love to see that when World's Fairs
yeah.
directly affect zoos because we had something similar over here in the States with like I want to say like the Chicago zoos
Oh yeah,
definitely
that's
had
a
a
big
little bit of
one.
help from
Yeah.
the World's Fairs. And even Queens, one of the ones that I was able to visit, they had the aviary, which is probably the only good thing in that zoo still, but still it's super cool to see that.
So it's a funny thing because the rock work, the guy who did the rock work, well, it's only this little bit here now, but it will be this entire
hmm
wall here. But the guy who did that would win a golden medal, sorry, at the World's Fair for his work. So yeah, it's
Incredible.
quite connected. But you can see that the thing is like on top of the reptile house is on top of the
Yes.
aquarium, and that is because if I zoom out, like this is the Antwerp Zoo. Um,
hmm
this is like all the way over here in the I want to say southern corner, or is it the northern corner of the
All
zoo?
right.
But it's all the way in the back, so they didn't really have that much space to work with. So the architect just decided to put it on top of each other
That's so
to
funny.
win some room.
I love
But
that.
um, architect, by the way, is Emil Tielens. I just want to get that out there so I don't forget.
Give
Um,
him a shout out. Hope
yes,
he's watching the video.
yes, from heaven. So
Yes.
the let's start with the aquarium here. I'm very proud of this entrance. Don't look on the left there. It's not finished there, but
Well, now that you're circling on the left, I kind of have to, but
I'm so happy with how this turned out. So this is a big hall, a big
Mhm.
entrance hallway, and I just love the ceiling.
Yeah, that's incredible lighting
I
right there.
That's like all individual, like what are they called? The simple art pieces and stuff like that.
hmm
And I wanted to get those arches in there, and it took a lot of work, but I'm so happy. The lighting is kind of funky, but yeah, it's I really love how it turned out.
It really
Um,
did turn out super beautiful.
and this pond, I have a picture of it that it's as old as the building, so it was right there from like 1910, and
Nice.
I think there's koi's in there now, but yeah, I don't know.
I just love the tile work you did on the floor. That's incredible.
Yeah, these are just all individual tiles. I wanted to
Yeah.
simulate it, the real thing, because it's also like ceramic and stuff,
hmm
and I think they renovated it 20 years ago or something, but it's quite impressive if you see the actual floor compared to this. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, if we go down into the aquarium itself, I'm gonna quickly turn turn it into the night
This
into night
never
because
gets old.
this is I mean the
This
lighting
is
is a bit
great.
not not that great anymore compared to what it used to be, but this
Hmm.
is like uh yeah, this is better. I just had my
There we go.
yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. So this is quite a funny story. When I went to the zoo like a year ago, I had to get all this footage. So I was just standing here like for 30 seconds before moving to the next one, recording another 30 seconds. All of these individual aquariums, like, or all of these individual tanks. It was a bit awkward with the other people around, but yeah, it was worth it. It was definitely worth it.
It's fine. You just tell them you're a hit famous YouTuber.
Yes.
That's all the excuse that you need.
But yeah, I think I could have done this, of course, with actual fish mods and stuff, but
Hmm.
there's just not enough room. Like,
I'm one of the biggest makers of them. It
yeah,
wouldn't work.
it's like this entire length of the wall is what I have to work with, so
Yeah,
it's not really.
it's not that much space. You can't really make it
Yeah,
work in there.
but yeah,
Plus, what you have over here, it's so much more
in
lively.
real life, you have the tank, and then behind the tank, there's like another like service hallway. So it's really
Hmm.
like compared to real life, they can fit a lot of things in a very small space.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, each of these tanks is like themed to a certain sea. Like this is supposed to be the North Sea, like Belgian coast and stuff.
Hmm.
And then here we have a little reef. Like this is also North Sea. This is a reef with
The way
some
that this bumps out is
sharks.
so nice.
Yeah, and it's like if you stand here, you can see the little thing here. But if you stand over here
Yeah.
and it's hidden, the only thing that takes it away is the sharks not perfectly lining
Yeah.
up. But I mean, I would have to do some major editing to get that to work. But yeah, it's I think these are
N-
black
You
thing
could
black tip
black tip reef
something. Yes,
sharks.
those.
Yes.
I'm not
Some of my
really
favorites.
knowledgeable with in terms of fish. So um
It's all good. That's why I'm here. Goron just had me on his aquarium
yeah, I
episode,
saw that
so
video. But that the Bladorp has a really beautiful aquarium. So compared to Antwerp, they really stand out. Antwerp don't really has a very special aquarium, but I think the it's still nice, I guess.
it's so charming. Like
It's yeah,
some people don't really like it that much, but I always love kind of like displays like this where it
yeah,
feels like you're walking through a museum
yeah.
and
It's still
that's
very much the 19th century version of displaying animals. Like here are
yes.
them in like a museum setting and um, which is interesting. I didn't really know this, but you have to wonder. This aquarium is 100 years old. How the hell did they get fish in an aquarium like 100 years ago?
Exactly,
Yeah,
because when you come to think of like aquarium keeping and stuff, you always think about the filters and
yeah,
all that stuff requires so much electricity and just so much research that we have nowadays. So I'm
yeah,
just always so puzzled to figure out like how they were able to manage aquariums. Even Japan back in the 1800s, possibly even before that, had aquariums. And it's like
yeah,
how did you manage that when these fish are so finicky
yeah.
and so particular about how they need to be?
So one thing
So
the
cool.
Antwerp Zoo does is, or did, they still do it, but they hired a shipping company to just bring water from the sea to the aquarium. So Antwerp has the advantage that they are next to a big river.
Hmm.
Um, but they used to bring it from the Mediterranean and then they shifted to the Bay of Biscay, which is next to France. But now it's from the North Sea, so it's a bit closer. But then they
Nice.
also had like a second aquarium on the Belgian coast in Ostend. And fishermen would bring in live fish into that aquarium and then they would transport them to Antwerp. And I found
That's
this
interesting.
funny story from like the Belgian Coast Guard would go out to get fish for the zoo. That's so funny. Like the Coast Guard, you'd think they have more important things to do, but nope,
I love that.
they just went fishing for live fish. for
Eh,
the Antwerp Zoo.
zoo could use some more animals. I would do that if I could, if that were a
Yeah.
job. Just go get animals for zoos. Sounds like the life.
And now this is just an image, unfortunately, because it's so wide
Mm-hmm.
and my phone doesn't record that wide. But this is their big like reef aquarium,
It
and
looks beautiful.
it's like 300,000 liters of water. I know you don't know what a liter is, um, but
Whoa,
it's
whoa,
a
whoa,
lot.
whoa, what?
It's
What's
a
this
lot.
assumption over here?
I don't know what do Americans use? Gallons?
Gallons, yeah.
Yeah.
But aren't like gallons like isn't there a certain amount of liters? Anyways, you were
I don't
right.
know.
I don't know how much a liter is, but I'm sure it's a lot.
So they opened this in 2015, and when they opened it, they had like a press conference with the zoo director and the mayor of Antwerp at the time. Well, he's still the mayor, but they were in scuba diving suits in the tank, giving like a speech, um, and
That's
it's
incredible.
incredible. And the mayor had like a phobia for swimming, so he had to like overcome his fears and stuff. So pretty funny anecdote. Um, Something about reef corals. I don't know. I made a post yesterday on ZooChat because I found this little bit of information in a book that said that in 1959 the zoo was able to get like living reef building corals from a certain Dr. Catala from New Caledonia, which is like next to Australia and New Zealand and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like formulated in such a way that made it seem that they were the first to do so, to have living corals displayed in a zoo. So I went digging, and apparently this Dr. Catala was indeed the first one to have like live corals outside of an actual coral reef. So Antwerp Zoo might indeed be the first Western zoo to have living coral reefs on display.
That's
So
insane.
that would be insane, but they don't really
S-
advertise it.
What year was that?
So in 1959, the zoo got some living corals,
That's crazy.
and apparently this doctor only started like in 1956. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, these are some African fish, I think. Uh,
Yep, cichlids.
yeah, and then uh,
Oh my god.
I have no idea I think South America. I think this is. I
Uh,
have no idea actually.
I was thinking that was South America until I saw
Yeah,
that tigerfish over there.
this one.
Because that's a tigerfish. Those are from Africa. I know. Very
Okay.
makes a lot of sense to have tigerfish in
Yeah,
Africa. But that's what they are. So I think that might be
this is one
African,
big. Yeah,
like,
so it might still be African, like
yeah.
a river. It's really nice
Really, really beautiful
that they
mix.
put like sunken boats and like I think there's a an aquarium further on with a bicycle in it. So you have the
And
piranhas.
there we are.
Yeah.
Piranhas. There's the Amazon
Yeah,
tank.
this is the big with the pacus and the what
Wait,
is
could
it?
you zoom into those guys on the top a little bit closer? Because I see the peacock bass. That's beautiful. I'm trying to figure out what those are over there. I'm not sure if those are dorados or not, but dorados are so cool. It's a Spanish word for gold, which
It's
is
so
why they're named
strange.
dorado because they're golden.
It's so strange zooming in. It feels like I'm actually at the
No,
aquarium.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. Um, More fish. Oh, these are arowanas. I know those. I know those. I had them in ZSU, so silver arowanas.
Arowana?
Yeah,
Yes.
and then some some more fish. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
sorry to the
Ocellated
fish
stingrays, I think those are.
connoisseurs, because
You got
I
some.
know shit about
Is this? Yep, this is a new tank. This is Asian. So you have some giant gouramis in
it.
there. I can't really see too much else. I think that's a Pangasius shark,
Aren't these
I
like
want to say.
also quite famous with the black stripes?
Tiger barbs, maybe. I'm not sure
I
if those are tiger barbs or not.
I'm sure Croco will like comment all of the fish in this
Oh,
video of
sure.
the
We'll rope him
yeah
in. We'll
yes.
rope him in. Well,
And then
no,
here
these
I
are
think
so
we
cool.
and I think this is supposed to represent like a canal in Belgium with a bicycle in it, of
Yes.
course, with some sturgeon and
Of
yeah,
course.
because
Um,
every good drunken Belgian has lost a bike in a canal once or twice in his life.
has it happened to you?
No, no, luckily not.
Okay, you just haven't gotten drunk
Yeah,
enough. Gotta
but yeah,
change that.
like this is so cool if you walk into this. Um,
It is so
the
beautiful, yeah.
only negative about this would be the acoustics. It can get a bit noisy in here if it's crowded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder if like Antwerp will do anything with like noise canceling stuff, especially considering like I don't know, I feel like the fish would get stressed out. I know
Yeah.
that's not what too many people think about, but just being able to account for that would probably be nice of them to do. But who knows?
Yeah, I don't know if the glass is like thick enough to isolate some noise. And the train station is like right next to this. So I don't
Oh,
know what the
fabulous.
vibrations in term of that would be, but yeah, I hope the animals like don't get really stressed out by that too much. Okay, but that was the aquarium. Um, all these alerts, I don't care. But then, once you visit like the aquarium, you have to go up. There's like a little hill here, and you have to do a loop, and then you basically eventually arrive here.
Nice.
Um, Still looking
You get a
very
lot of
rough.
altitude over here.
Yeah, but this is like the one thing they wanted in this corner of the zoo. Like I mentioned, the train station is supposed to be right next to it, and
Mm-hmm.
while nowadays it's like viewed as the most beautiful train station in Europe, back then it was seen as an eyesore. Very much like the Eiffel Tower was seen as an eyesore when it was first built. But they wanted to hide it, and they did that with building like a giant hill,
Just a
basically.
giant mountain,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's funny.
It was also around the time of like Karl Hagenbeck, and he wanted to have like naturalistic looking zoos with fake rockwork and stuff like that. So it was
Oh,
around the
that
same time.
silly Hagenback.
But
I,
yeah,
I I always his work is just so charming. I feel like we could still take lessons from him till this day.
it's definitely special. Like they were on the one side inspired by his like idea of look making it look like nature, but then they have this giant unrealistic Greek temple sitting on top of it. So
I
yeah,
feel like that's very fun though.
because I think the best experience to have in the reptile house is also at night. So you enter here.
Mm-hmm.
We have our first little exhibit here. I had all of these, like they took at
Ooh.
least half an hour each because there's a lot of small items involved in them.
Yes. Especially when you're going for a recreation, I can only
Yeah.
imagine how tedious it could get.
Now, again, I have like
So
zero
what do we have
idea.
in here?
I was just gonna say I have like zero idea of the actual things, the actual animals in a lot of these because they happen to change them around a lot. And
All right.
I think I just had this like small funny little I don't know what this is.
Oh my gosh.
It's up
I
to the
love him
viewer's
though.
interpretation what it is, but it's some kind of lizard. That's all I know. It's some kind of lizard.
All
But
right.
yeah. But then you go into here, and then first on the right here we have our very nice. Let me just blind everyone. We have some American alligators.
Yes.
Now, normally there's three of them in here, but as you can see, there's not a lot of room to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I only put one in. Antwerp Zoo has three of them, three females, and they came from Paris, but it was kind of hard to get them in here.
Yeah, I had the
Yeah,
same issue in one of my ZSU zoos. It's kind of tough trying to get stuff to fit when
yeah,
it's
but
supposed to be in a realistic habitat.
like this was an issue they actually had in real life. Like they had to do something special to get them in here. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show you around a bit. Like, have a guess. How did they get the three
Please,
alligators in here?
please tell me they airlifted them.
Yes.
Nice.
So they opened up this and they airlifted them in.
That's incredible.
So
That makes me so
yeah,
happy.
on the left of this building there's like a little street access. So I really like that he's moving around because
Yeah.
all the time I was building he was just sat there. Um, but there should be a waterfall over here as well. But the water went through the floor into the aquarium, so we don't want that.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
um, but something special about this is as well is that they are quite known, the Antwerp Zoo, for doing some like since the 70s and 80s. Like they wanted to implement like scientific theories and everything into their exhibit design.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did with this one is like from 10 o'clock in the morning, every hour, it starts to rain in this habitat.
Really?
Yeah, and like with fake thunder sounds and stuff like that. Because Goran went to when Goran went to the Antwerp Zoo, I told him like make sure you get to the reptile house like at a round hour, because you want to see this. You want to see this thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really quite known for it. If you look up like on YouTube Antwerp Zoo Reptile House, most of the videos are from this habitat while it's like simulating a thunderstorm.
Yeah, remind me to do that after because that
Yeah.
sounds super awesome.
But I don't know if it really rains that much in Florida or wherever these guys are from. But
It does. It
yeah,
does.
it's something like a nice touch, and to get like something for the animals in terms of enrichment as well.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So when we move on our left here, we have some turtles. I think these are either alligator snapping
Very
turtles
nice.
or something else. But yeah, they have like this little. It was really fun to like try and see which items or which props I could use for like the floor and the back walls and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I mostly used sandstone in the end though. Really, yeah,
You could have
useful
had
thing.
me fooled. That's a very good fact.
Um, like unfortunately, if I could, I would have used the exhibit pack and the props from the exhibit pack, but I want to
Yeah,
keep this mods like prop mods free so I can put it on the workshop. But yeah, this is the best
I get it.
alternative. Like Frontier, if you're watching, I know you're not, but if there's one thing I want from this game, it's like all of those nice little props from the exhibits, like as standalone things, because they would really be useful in situations like this.
Please, yes.
Because there's only so much I can do with like the small trees and the small vines and the branches and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
luckily I had some room to
At
work.
some point, it just starts to look the same.
Yeah. Like luckily I had some room to work with above the ceiling and below the floor. Otherwise I would have like uh branches sticking out into the aquarium or things poking out of the roof. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it works. And then over here we have I think my yeah, okay. The like a breeding center uh where they display like all the things that have hatched and which they are breeding.
Nice.
I think they are now displaying some type of Chinese. Is it a crocodile lizard or something like that?
Yep,
I don't
Chinese
know. Yeah,
crocodile lizard.
they're they're on display I think right now.
Or
Um,
alligator lizard.
could
I don't
could
know.
be either of them. It's been a long time since I went, so but yeah, it's always nice to see like little turtles or tortoises or lizards in these boxes. Um, it's
Nice.
really a really nice thing. I think zoos, a lot of zoos do this, and when they do, it's like really awesome to have like this behind the scenes look into where they are breeding
Absolutely.
animals and stuff.
I especially love when they have like the same animal on display,
Yeah.
but like an older adult, so you get to see like the different morphology between like as they grow. Super awesome.
So a quick note: you can see like the all of the exhibits. They're like really in a zigzag pattern. You have to go from one thing to another. Um, this is quite a recent thing. I think it was like only in the 70s or something they did this. Like previously, it was like the aquarium, where it was like a museum with just one species after the other. Now
Hmm.
they're a bit more like thoughtful on their spacing and how they put things. But yeah, over here we have a little educational display on, have a guess. It's two different things. On the left here and on the right thing are two different things. Um, what would it be?
I want to say exotic pet trade
Yes.
and fossils. I don't know.
Yeah, so on the left, exotic pet trade, exotic trade of like or trade of exotic animals and their products. And then on the right is just like different kinds of skeletons. I think they had
Nice.
like an actual crocodile or alligator skull and then like a frog and a snake and something. But it's really hard to work with small pieces, so I use these gutter pieces and stuff from the
That's
conservation
a
pack
really good effect.
to simulate like skulls or a snake skeleton or yeah, this skull is just from the workshop, so I'm not
Nice
really
work.
happy with all of them, but I think together they work just fine.
Hmm.
And then this is actually like in the actual zoo a stuffed alligator, I think it is, but we
Okay.
don't have like a an alligator statue, and it was kind of like the same pose as this pangolin. And since pangolins are also uh, known for being in the exotic trade, I just put it there. And then
Nice.
this is, well, it's weird to say it's nice because it's like something you'd find in like the on the black market or stuff. But
Yeah.
this is like the shell of a tortoise, and it has the map of Africa on it, with all like little beads and stuff. Of course, I couldn't do all of that
Interesting.
detailing in Planet Zoo, but I might do it with I saw some people using eggs for details, so I might try to do that. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then I think this was supposed to be like a crocodile skin purse, but I just used a pillow. Yeah,
Nice.
I just take what I have. So um, most of these are actually empty. I try to have some like some of the exhibits do have like fake animals in them, but most of these are empty because when when you go to
It's
a reptile house, most of them look empty anyway.
yeah. You only when you like start to really look for them
Yeah,
is when you see the animals.
so I don't even
I
know
mean,
what's in here.
listen, we don't really have the small props to make like tiny
Yeah,
lizards and stuff anyway, so you get a pass for that. It's fine. We won't be telling anyone.
I do know what's in here though. I do know that
It
in
looks
here
super incredible though.
it's a giant, what's it called, bullfrog, I think it was. It's just a giant frog in here, or a toad, one or the other.
Nice.
And then next to it, we used to have panther chameleons, but I think recently they went to another zoo or something. So this used to
Aw.
have panther chameleons. I never saw them though, or I only saw them once, I think, because that's the thing with chameleons. They can hide really well, and yeah, it's kind of
Yes.
impossible to see them. And then you have this giant wall with these like tiny exhibits, and they all have amphibians, so like salamanders, frogs, poison frogs, um, skinks, and what not skinks. What are the other thing? I don't know what it is in English, but amphibians basically.
Nice. Salamanders?
No, it's like worms, but they're
Oh,
amphibious.
say I know what you're gonna say. It's like Sicilians, I think it's pronounced. It's absolutely not pronounced that way, but they're like the weird little inappropriate looking guys, right?
Yeah. Okay, and then
Yeah.
here we have
Yeah.
um, something actually filled with fake animals. These are
Nice.
red-footed tortoise, I think, and then just iguanas, some type of iguanas.
Good
So
mix.
it's a mixed habitat in here.
Good use with the leaves too. That's something I gotta
Yeah.
start doing in my own
Oh yeah,
terrariums is just start to
the
use those a
autumn
lot
leaves.
more.
Yeah, I discovered them while building this reptile house, and they came in. handy a lot. Yeah, I think I
You
really
see,
like
Sim,
the.
Twilight isn't all that bad.
I know.
I'm
It's
playing, I'm playing, I know.
it's not the worst. It's still useful. And then of course the
Oh, yes.
stalactites. I overused them in this reptile house because I think it was Goron who showed me like a mud wall in is it Ski Park? What's this project called? I think it's Ski Park Zoo where he had these
Key Park,
stalactite,
yeah.
yeah, as like a mud wall, and I thought, oh, those are really handy. So I used them in almost every every habitat in here, every exhibit. I think these
They
are
are so freaking useful.
I think these are a bunch of like Australian, I'm not sure though, Australian lizards in here. But yeah. Then over here we have I think a green anaconda. This is supposed to be. Um, it was quite difficult because a lot of these exhibits have like water elements in them. So I had to
Hmm.
find a way to get like fake water or actual water in here. So one of the things I used was this. I think I also used glass a lot of the times to simulate water. But yeah, would be fun to have more like water features or what things to get water into smaller habitats or corners.
No, totally. I wish. Hopefully,
Uh,
we can get like an exhibit update soon that
yes.
allows us to do more of that stuff.
Like 2 months from now or something, they're gonna like publish the exhibit pack or exhibit DLC, and I'm gonna like swear a lot because they did it after I did all of this, and then I'm gonna be very happy afterwards. I know myself already in terms of that. Um,
Mhm.
this is a rhinoceros iguana, I think. Nothing really exciting, but yeah, I think almost every reptile house has to have them. Uh, I think. Anyways, then this is another fun thing. This entire wall, like they put up in giant letters here, poisonous snakes or venomous snakes, sorry, and then half of these aren't even snakes. Like, I think,
Incredible.
yeah, I
I
think
love
they're
that.
like lizards and stuff. But yeah, at least they put up there that they have venomous snakes. A lot of reptile houses don't even bother putting up like signs or stuff of what's in every little box. I think some of these do have, yeah, like I put fake snakes in here. Now this is the next thing I'm
Hmm.
very excited about. Komodo dragons. I'm gonna change the time of day again because it's quite dark otherwise. But I actually managed to get a
Aw,
Komodo
this is
dragon in
so
there.
nice.
And he actually has a
That's
lot of room to
incredible
move
work.
around. Yeah. This is like my highlight of this entire building. Um, I'm so happy with it. Again,
Yeah,
the fake
you
water.
should be. It's a very incredibly done job.
And the thing is, when I go to the reptile house, I mostly just walk by this thing because I'm so used to it now. But like, this is so cool if you think about it. This is right above the like the entrance hall of the aquarium where the pond was and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That it's quite a high
that's
ceiling,
so crazy. Yeah,
and so there was even less room to work with than with the other exhibits in the reptile house because of the high ceiling of the entrance hall. But it worked out,
that's
and
crazy.
yeah, I'm really happy. Again, these stalactites, if you just turn them upside, or they're not even upside down, they're um, the right way, but they're just so good for faux rock work. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah,
I've
I love
made
them.
myself very aware of them.
Yeah, really happy with the plants, the foliage in here too, because
It's so beautiful.
it's so
Incredible job.
it's hard to get like smaller trees that don't poke out of the ceiling or
Mm-hmm.
the floor, but yeah, I think it really worked. And then we have one last thing in the reptile house. Um, this was like something they built in, I think it was 79 or 78 or something. So
All
this
right.
used to be just outside, like the exterior. Um, But now they have like this little winter garden, and you walk through it, and there's like Aldebra tortoises and green iguana. So this is actually your model,
Nice.
green
Oh,
iguana.
look at him. Came out
So
just in time, I guess.
yeah, I was looking on Nexus mods for things to put in here, and I think there was like another lizard I could use, but the exhibit was just too
Mm-hmm.
small to put them in. And with these guys, they just work. Like it's like almost perfect. They just work because literally their only traversable area is is
Fantastic.
this is this path. That's the only thing they can. Uh, oh, I think I just clicked on something. Yes, I accidentally clicked on something. But yeah,
Uh-oh.
no worries. It's sad that they don't climb on stuff. Because usually there's one above the path here.
Yeah,
And when I visited last time, I was walking here and I was lucky that I just stopped to take a picture because it was pooping right in front of me. So I
fantastic.
dodged a bullet there.
Delicious.
Yes. I think the person in front of me was also very lucky because they just also dodged a bullet.
That's too funny.
Um, yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get actual Alabra tortoises in here because it's just
Mm-hmm.
too small. But yeah, at least I have the green iguanas. They don't move a lot, but
Exactly.
yeah. And that's basically the entire reptile house.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm just amazed you were able to do that with the space that you had,
it was,
considering like the
yeah,
aquarium down below.
it was a lot of like trying different angles on a lot of the stuff to just make sure. Oops, because a lot of them were just poking. I like. Oh, oh, okay. I just realized. Don't
It's
look at
fine.
that. Don't look at that. I just
We won't.
realized that. But see, we didn't even see that when we went through here. So that's, I mean,
Exactly. It's the illusion.
it's the illusion. Um, but yeah, it's one of my favorite spots in the zoo, and I really had a lot of fun working on it. It took a lot of time though. I think
I
like,
can't wait to see what you do next with it.
yeah, overall I think it took like 3 months to build this. But yeah, next I think I will just make the
Damn.
exhibit that or the habitat that's right here, with the path going up. The zoo recently, well, recently it's like almost half a year ago I think now. They reintroduced Babirusas to the zoo. So they used to have them, then they removed them, and now they have them
Yes.
again. So I think that will be the next episode.
Perfect.
So yeah, I think this is a good way or a good time to end the video. And I hope you enjoyed it. Hello?
Hello?
Oh,
Hello. Okay, cool. I thought you were talking to the people. I
oh no,
loved it.
I was
Sim, you
asking
did
you.
it. No, you did an incredible job. I gotta
Thank you.
step up my interior game after seeing this because this was incredible. And I can't wait to see what you do with the Barbarossas
Yeah,
next.
yeah, I'm very looking forward to that. So well, thank you for watching and thank you for being here, Leaf. I'll hope
Of course.
I hope we can do this more often. But yeah,
Me too.
it was fun. See you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.